All right, we're going to talk about free demonstration classes in this section. Free demonstration classes are extremely important. They're going to be just about your #1 promotion tool, because there's no better way to convince a parent how great your classes are than to let them come to one of your classes and see for themselves.
Of anything you can do, of anything we've talked about in promotion, this is it. This is the key. It's the cornerstone of your success. It's been the cornerstone of our success in our classes. When you initially start, it's a lot of work with posters and emails and newsletters, a lot of work to get your first students in. But where are you trying to get them into? A free demonstration. And then after that, once you have your classes going, you want to keep the free demonstrations going. It just can't possibly emphasize this enough.
That's right. And there's a key word in there, free.
Free.
Now we've had some teachers have charged for the demonstration classes, and of course that's your choice. I personally, and both of us, feel that allowing them to come for free, not only is it a better way to get them to class, because let's say you meet somebody out and about who has a young child, it's much more awkward to say, hey, do you want to come to one of my classes and pay for it, versus, hey, come for free. You feel like you can really offer something to that, and so it makes you feel more confident in promoting your classes because you're offering something and not trying to take something.
And for our parents and your parents, these are people who value early education. They are educated consumers. You're not going to sell them anything. They are smart, they are savvy, and it just works better rather than trying to sell them something, to say, come and see for yourself. Now, when we talk about doing free demonstrations, we're not talking about a few free demonstrations. I mean, when I first started, and my first classes had about 6 or 8 people in them, I did a couple free demonstrations before that. Every class I did, I had been asking people to come, giving them cards, letting them know, come in for a free demonstration. I probably had 50 to 60 people the first season come in for free demonstrations. And within 6 months, my classes were full.
Yeah. So let's take a look at the breakdown. We have 4 types of free demonstration classes that we have listed on our website here. The first one is a standalone demonstration class. And what this is it's basically you set a specific time and date, preferably at the location that you actually teach the classes in, and you schedule a free demonstration class. And what you do is you have your location, and also through your own promotional efforts, you say free demonstration class on this date, RSVP required. That's an important thing. You want to make sure that parents must RSVP, because what you don't want is, well, it's a mixed blessing and curse, is you don't want to have 50 people showing up to your demo class, because then it's chaos and you're not going to impress anybody.
And the RSVP, Michael, is done on their website.
That's right.
On your TLG website, there is a section for your free demonstration registrations.
That's right.
And you can find that. Okay, sorry.
Oh, that's
okay.
How dare you?
So I lost my train of thought.
That's okay. I'm with it. Just follow me. It's all good. Okay, standalone demo classes. Right. And a couple of things about standalone demo classes. You don't need to make it a full 45-minute class. Very important, and I actually really want to emphasize that. I recommend making it 30 to 35 minutes of music. A few reasons. One, people are going to be late, because it's not only is there one new student coming, but all of these people are new, and they're all going to have trouble finding your place, or they're just going to be running behind. So you want to give a few minutes at the beginning to allow more people to come in. 2 is that you want to leave plenty of time at the end to give the details of your classes to the parents, have a sign-up form right there, have a way to take their money and for them to sign up right there in the class. Sometimes I even offer a special: if you sign up before you leave, I'll give you $15 off. It's things like that, because you want to seal that deal right there, then and there. And another reason to keep it short is you're giving them a taste. You don't want to give them a full meal. You want to just give them shorter versions of each song, and you don't want to do as many songs as you would do in a full class. You want to just stick to your greatest hits, the ones that are the most interactive, and the ones that create the most of a loving feeling. That's the most important thing too, right there.
These will include lap songs, where the kids are bouncing up and down. You'll have the parents hug the children. You want a lot of laughter. it is not necessary to follow a syllabus for free demonstration. So you have a suggested syllabus.
I do have one on the website that you
Yeah.
can use for as a reference.
But do the songs that you're the most comfortable with, that create the most fun, that are the most exciting. Some of the other ways to seal the deal that you spoke of, offer that they can walk away with a CD. That's if you ordered the CDs early. If you
Right.
ordered the CDs early, you can have them. You can give them the CD during the demonstration. Also, just have them sign that they would like to be part of the class. The reason that you might do that and not actually take the money at the time is that if there are like 5 people who want to sign up, it may take too long for each one to pay, so you just get them down, committed on paper.
Very important thing. Now, hopefully, speaking of paper and signing things, they should have signed up on your website in advance. But if someone comes who did an RSVP, make sure that you get their information. Preferably when someone walks in, if they're not on your list, say, "Oh, great! I'm glad you're here. Could you please enter your information either on this piece of paper or on a laptop?" Or if the class is full, be firm and say, "I'm sorry, we're actually full today. Let's see if everybody shows up, and hopefully there'll be room for you. But if not, perhaps you could come to one of my classes during the session, things like that." Because if the class is too crowded, you'll end up with some overwhelmed kids that'll just be kind of looking nervous.
It won't work.
They'll be crying. And keep in mind, all of these are new people, so parents are going to feel uncomfortable, the kids are going to feel uncomfortable, and if that's the vibe that they leave with, they're not going to be
Sign up. And
encouraged.
this has happened.
This happened to me. I thought, great, I got tons of people in my class, and I did some songs, and it was about halfway through the demo that I realized, these parents don't look very comfortable. They've never done this before. They're not looking like they're loose and they're having fun, but it was already towards the end of the class, and I realized I had lost them, and sure enough, none of them signed up for the class. And in contrast, I've had classes where my number one focus was to make them feel good, feel loose, to highlight the bond between them and their child, because that'll always loosen parents up, and they'll feel loving. And when you create a community and have people laughing and singing, then everybody has a great time, and you're much more likely to get people to sign up.
These standalone free demonstrations are usually about 1 week to 2 weeks
Before
session starts, because that's kind of the decision-making point for a lot of people. And you want to make sure that you do the promotion to get people in there. What will that mean? Your own newsletter should talk about it. Your location's newsletter should talk about it. You should have posters up, and part of the information on the posters will be this free demonstration. You should have handouts. They could be business cards, or they could be postcards or flyers that are passed out about this free demonstration. You want to get as much publicity as possible, and also all the other type of good promotion, such as communicating with baby and mommy groups. Everything that we talk about in promotion, you want to do to get people into your free demonstration. But that is only one type of free demonstration.
That's right. Now, actually, before we move on, I did want to add one more thing. Although that was a beautiful segue.
Oh man,
that's really great.
You were
passing it to me, and I'm throwing it back in your face.
All right.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about just speeches. If you notice in your there's a list somewhere on our teacher website of week 1 speeches. These are speeches and things you can say during the first week of class. I recommend doing some of these during your demo class too. You don't want to get too speech heavy, but it's good start off by doing your hello song and maybe one song that everybody knows, like a Wheels on the Bus. And then after that, just give a brief 20-second, 15-second, welcome to class. This is what the class is all about. This is how your children are going to benefit. Here's what's expected of you and your children. Here's what you don't have to worry about. It's okay if your kids explore the room and are shy and quiet. Just give a basic introduction after your first song or so that they feel comfortable. Because your number one goal in a demo class is not to sit here and show them all the songs that you've learned. It's to create an energy and to make them feel comfortable, welcome, loving, and having a good time.
When you give these speeches, I think both of us have had the experience that one thing that is becoming very clear, is very important to our parents, is preschool readiness. These are terms that they really respond to. So placing the class in context of preschool readiness, preparing them for their education to come, having to do not just music acquisition, but language skills, social skills, dealing with any social inhibitions. All these things are going to really hit home with parents who are concerned about education.
That's right. And now for our secondary segue into our next type.
My favorite. Now this is the type of free demonstration. Most of the time when you hear free demonstration, most of our teachers have thought about these standalone demonstrations. And they are good and they are very important. However, the next kind, what we're about to talk about right now, in my opinion, are even more important. What this is, once your classes get started, every single class you offer is an opportunity to have a free demonstration. Mm-hmm. Now, let's bear in mind, people only get one free demonstration.
Right.
So they don't get to come over and over again. But having done this, the reason I love this is, well, we're all extraordinarily busy. Mm-hmm. So having something you're already doing and getting paid for is a wonderful use of time. Second, if you don't have a full class, let's say you have 6 or 8 or even 10, having a few more people in the class fills it out, makes it even more effective. Mm-hmm. Another reason why it's fantastic is that the other people in the class know what to do. Mm-hmm. So the standalone free demonstrations, they're going to be a little more chaotic. That's natural. But when somebody comes to one of your actual classes, then that's it.
That's it. They get to see, because you've hopefully already bonded with those children.
Yes,
They're already
yes.
like coming and hugging you.
Yes.
They're already doing some of the examples of what they've learned, of
Yes.
singing their patterns, of doing the movements, and that's a much more effective, presentation of your class than a demo class standalone where
Yes.
nobody is comfortable yet. So
Instead of having 12 people to talk to after the class, you have 1 or you have 2. And if you ordered some extra CDs, which we think is a good idea, you can actually, a lot of times when people come to a free class, if they're taking the time to come to a free class, they're interested. Mm-hmm. And if you do a great job teaching, which you will, they're going to want to sign up. I mean, it happens a lot. Now, the first type of free demonstration we talked about, the sign-up rate is not that high. We should let you know. I mean, 1 in 10, 2 in 10, that's good.
Mm-hmm. Depends on the location. Sometimes between 1 and 5 and 10 is, I mean, really the lower numbers are something. I wouldn't worry if you just have 1 or 2 people sign up.
It
from
doesn't mean
10
you
to
did a
15
bad
person
job.
thing. It's a lot of parents are just looking for free activities.
Yes, they are, and that's okay.
It is okay.
And especially it depends on who found out about it and if they saw it as a free activity or not. But that's fine. You'll still get a lot of them. But when people come to your classes that are already existing as a free demonstration, that's a little different, and there tends to be a much higher sign-up rate. You have the opportunity to answer all their questions and hand them a CD and sign them up right then and right there.
That's right. And we have another video that's already here on the website under Demo an Existing Class that talks a little bit more about how to treat the parents when they come to an existing class for a demo and how to seal that deal with them.
And I'm glad you made that video because what you're really stating here is the importance of getting these parents in who are coming to a free demonstration.
That's right.
The second way we spoke of. The standalone demonstrations, all the promotion you do is great, getting your class started. But then you use the second form of free demonstration, your existing classes. You use that to build your classes over time. In the video Michael made, he goes over the different important steps you need to take to seal the deal. But once again, we're talking about educated consumers here, so you're not really being a salesperson. You're really just presenting all the information they need.
And you're just not skipping the certain things that make it easy for them. You're offering it an easy way for them to sign up. You're just making it so they don't have to jump through hoops is really the goal. So let's take a look at number 3 and then number 4 after that. Number 3 is performance demonstrations. These are a lot of fun, and I'll let you talk about this first.
Okay, well, both Mike and I are professional performers, and many of our teachers are also professional performers, and all the rest should be. Because we've seen you in class, you're charismatic. It's just there's not that much of a difference between being a teacher and being a performer. So what this means is there are a lot of places that are looking for performers. And it is an extraordinary opportunity for you to go and demonstrate your skills. And here's why it works so well. The material for the Learning Groove, a lot of it is written for performances. I give 100 to 200 performances a year. They're cutting back a little bit. Michael, you give tons of performances, and a lot of the songs are going to work in performances. Why don't we give a couple examples of certain songs that work really well?
Oh, songs? About 75% of our songs, but Inchworm is great. One little inchworm climbing up the tree and get the whole crowd doing that. Lap songs are great, such as 1, 2, 3.
You have the parents throw their kids up in the air. There's no lack of material that will work in your performances. If you play an instrument, fantastic. Bring your instrument, play. If you don't, play the music on some kind of sound system, bring a microphone, sing along with it so that you're still leading it, or lead the dance moves like, the funky chicken.
Yeah, you can play the teacher track, just like you do in your classes, and then you can just lead it in a concert form with getting a whole crowd doing it as opposed to 12 kids in a class.
You might make some money.
And that's the other thing. Let's talk about different types of performances that are popular.
Birthday parties.
Birthday parties, number one.
And you get paid.
It's great because you get paid well, and you are basically going to a targeted market of your clientele, of your age range. And a lot of times birthday parties are for one of your existing students that have other friends, some of which may also be your students and some which are not. So when they see that you're there and that child is already loving you, it's a great way to sell your classes. Always bring your brochures or your postcards.
And your postcards. I don't have a model of one of those right now. Bring your business cards. Have these out.
And at the end of the birthday party, go around and speak to each parent. Hand them, would you like a postcard for a free demo class? I can answer any questions you have. Free. Remember how easy it is to sell free.
Would you like, would you like to come to a free demonstration?
Right.
That's too much pressure. Would you like a card with information about a free demonstration that you can come to or not come to? How hard is that to do? It's easy. I know it's easy. We know it's easy because we've done it. And we didn't want to go up and say, hey, I teach this class. It's really good. Come. It's like, here, this is free. You just saw me perform.
That's right. And so performing at birthday parties is great. Now, usually birthday parties, if I keep a max of 15 kids, just like in class, 12 to 15 kids. And you do just like your class. You bring your props and your stereo. I also personally do a kind of concert-style party where I bring my speaker system and my microphone, and that could be an unlimited number of kids. I won't say unlimited, but, nobody's going to have 500 kids at their birthday party, so it's okay.
But we do shows for 500 people.
Yeah, we do. That's true.
That's not a problem.
And so if you are the type of person, well, not type of person, but if you have a PA system or if you can borrow or rent one, and it can be a small one, just a small speaker system, you can either do that at birthday parties, you can offer to do concerts, family concerts at libraries, schools,
festivals, community festivals,
holiday events at synagogues or churches, when they have family events. Exactly. All these things are great.
Now let's talk about the location of these performances. Remember, you are in a neighborhood business, which means most of the people who are in your classes will live, depending if you're a city or rural, but most of the time they're going to live within 3 miles of you. So you don't want to go 10 miles away and do a performance. Now, you may want to do a birthday party 10 miles away because you're going to get paid anyways. But
same with the performance. If you're getting paid,
if you're getting paid, why not? But for the performances that are strictly promotional based, focus on your neighborhood. And that means go out and find them. What should you do? Contact your local library. Contact your local arts and music festivals. Many of these places are looking for quality entertainment for families, and you can provide it. Sometimes it's done as a trade. They'll let you do the performance as a form of promotion. Other times you get paid. It all depends.
That's right. So that's performance demonstrations. Anything else you wanted to add on that?
That's everything. Do them.
Okay, and the last type of demo class we're going to talk about is partnership demonstrations. And this is something I just discovered recently, actually. A specific group based out of the Jewish Community Center. Actually, it's a national organization called the PJ Library. They're an organization that they send free books to Jewish-themed books to Jewish children around the world, I think. And it's a nonprofit, but they like to have events to help, bring awareness about their program. So they had called me once to ask if I would do a performance for them. And through various talking, we decided to do more of a partnership situation, whereas instead of even charging for my performance time, we did a partnership where we did a few free demo classes, and they were willing to do it at my locations where I already teach, at the times that I already teach, when it was in between sessions, so I had a week between sessions. And they did all the promotion, they handled the enrollment, and they even brought, cookies and snacks, beforehand, and made it a PJ Library event. But I got to do a free demo class without having to do all the effort of promoting and things like that. And it was great. I got several people signing up. And one of the differences between this type of demonstration, where you're getting a group like that, like the PJ Library, any kind of group that caters to young children and families that already wants to provide programming for those families, if you can be their programming, then they get you the people, and you offer the program. You can charge or you can not charge, but in this case I didn't charge. And you get a specific group of people to your class. Now, one of the differences, as I was about to say, is that it's not necessarily open to the public. You don't want to also advertise it on your channels. This is basically a situation where this particular group that you're partnering with or organization brings their people, and a lot of times they already know each other, so that helps you right there. When the parents know each other, they feel more comfortable, and they're more likely to sign up as a group than if you have a bunch of individual strangers coming to your classes. And so it's just another way to get more awareness out there about your classes. And
another example of that is the internet-based mommy and baby groups.
Right.
We've had parents who come in and say, I'm part of this group, can you do a free demonstration for my group? Generally, what you want to make sure it's in your location.
Near your location. Either at your location or in a nearby area.
Now, sometimes because it is an affiliation group, people will come from a distance, so the number of people who actually register might be smaller in this situation, but it's still effective. And I think both of us have used it, and many other teachers have used this. They do the work.
Mm-hmm.
They set everything up, and because they are already friends, they want to join together. Mm-hmm. So you might have 2 or 3 people join up as a group, which is great.
And I can tell you from my classes, I have 2 different locations where I have one mom in each of them who are just superstars. They're kind of the unofficial heads of their group, or they tend to be proactive, and they'll come to me and say, hey, can I do this? Can I invite a bunch of, for instance, I had a 9:30 and 10:30 class. I said, well, yeah, if you want to bring a bunch of people to the 11:30 time slot, I'm already set up, and they can all come for free, and maybe people will sign up right then and there. Or sometimes I'll go to an actual place, to someone's home, or to the place where they're having the group. But if you can talk to your existing students and see if any moms are interested in doing that, I personally like to even offer discounts for those moms who go above and beyond the call of duty to get me more students. I'll give them an extra discount.
Moms.
Yes.
They're there.
So,
summarize.
Now we also have this little extra thing, tasks for a free demo class. Do we need to talk about that?
What do we got here?
Let's see. Oh, yeah, let's talk about this.
Okay.
You'll see this in this section as well. Plan the date, time, and location well in advance.
This is for a standalone.
This is for a standalone, exactly. Promote your classes and your free demo.
That's okay. So when you are promoting your classes, also include promotion for your free demonstrations.
Make sure that you include in your promotional materials that a reservation is required for the standalone classes, that you will have a limited number of students.
Your TLG website, class website, has a form for them to fill out to sign up for your free demonstration. So you want to include that on your flyers, your postcards, and all your information about your free demonstrations.
Have your roster, name tags, suggested demo class set list if you want, or you can come up with your own set list, and your week 1 checklist and speeches that I talked about earlier. Have that all printed out and ready. Having name tags is really important. I'm glad we didn't forget to mention that, because what you don't want to do is just say, hey, how do you do? Hey, you kids. Hey, parents. Yeah. You want to go and say each of their kids' names. You want to save the kids' names as much as possible during a demo class. Whether it's a standalone or whether they're part of your regular class, you want to refer to them a lot. And the more you personalize things, the more you have them on your roster, and you knew they were coming, and you're welcoming them. Oh, hey, Johnny, I'm so glad you're here. That matters so much. So know
In-
their names in advance and have name tags.
In the end, what people will remember is not the songs you did or the instruments you used. They will remember how they felt.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're trying to do is create happiness, and that will be remembered.
Yep, and last but not least, when you set up for your classes, whether it's a standalone demo, partnership demo, or performance, and possibly for your own regular classes that are ongoing, have a nice display that has the TLG CDs, brochures or postcards or both, business cards, and a way for the parents to sign up, whether it be a sheet and paper or whether it be a laptop, an iPad, whatever you choose. And also make sure it's out of the children's reach. So.
Or else you'll have confetti.
Right.
Let's go ahead and summarize. Main point: free demonstrations are the cornerstone of your success. Mm-hmm. It is the most important promotion you can do. All the others are important too, but it is the free demonstrations where people see you teach, where you're going to really build up your classes to having full classes and being successful. There are 4 kind of ways to have free demonstrations: the standalones, using your existing classes as a demonstration, a performance demonstration, and a partnership demonstration. Use all of them.
Happy demoing and teaching.
All right. Take care.